Hello viewers, welcome to Journey to Entrepreneurship on Tribune Online TV. I am your host, Faith Adeoye. On today's episode, we have a very special guest in the house. She's a medical doctor and one of the best makeup artists in the city of Ibadan. And her name is Dr. Oyinkan Femi Oyewole, popularly known as Dr. Oni. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Tribune Online. It's so nice to have you in the studio. So tell us, who is Oyinkan Femi Oyewole?
Well, my name is Oyinkan Femi, like you just said. I'm a medical doctor, I'm a makeup artist, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I do business. I like to do business, so I do a lot of business things in addition.
So how did you start this entrepreneurship journey? How did you start?
I started a very long time ago. I'll probably
Okay.
say when I was in secondary school. That's what I can remember.
Okay.
Or maybe it might have been earlier, but I can remember being in secondary school. They didn't allow provisions in my school then, but
Okay.
I used to smuggle in some money so that I can buy stuff to sell to students, buy provisions to sell to students.
Okay.
So let's say then I used to sell gala that I see tonight. I sold it for 150
Wow.
to students then, and that was, I just liked the idea of business. And so my pocket money that was probably 5k, I'll be taking home like 15,000 at the end of the term.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my earliest memory that I remember.
So why did you go into makeup artistry as a medical doctor?
When I was in school, when I was in about 300 level, there was an ASU strike that lasted about 6 months, I believe. It lasted 6 months. So during the period, I didn't want to just be at home, lying down and getting fat and eating. So I decided to go and learn something. And at the time, makeup seemed like it because I'm somebody who likes stuff like that. I like hair, beauty, fashion, makeup. So I thought it was a choice between makeup and tailoring actually, but at the end of the day I just decided to go for makeup, and I'm very glad that I did, because even though it started out as just something to while away time, it has been more than that for me.
Okay, so since you started this journey, has there been any challenge you have faced? Like, because I know that it's actually very difficult to do makeup, because people actually think it is easy, but it is not easy. So has there been any challenges that you faced since you started?
Definitely, if I say I haven't been facing challenges, that's a lie. First of all, the most common challenge that I would say that I face is time. Because, like I said, I'm running about 3 businesses at the moment. So time to juggle all of them, that's one challenge. Being a doctor and then having time for my other businesses is another challenge. And obviously, I just came back to Ibadan recently. I left after school, so I just came back recently. So trying to get a clientele in Ibadan again after having been away for a while, it's another challenge that I'm facing as regards to makeup. But with everything, consistency is key. If you're like consistent, slowly and surely you will get there. Just keep putting out content, keep being intentional. You can't just be sitting down in your house and thinking that you're going to get clients, because you're not. So you have to be intentional about everything and just take it life one step at a time.
So how have you been able to join your career as a medical doctor to a makeup artist? Now you said you have 3 businesses. So how have you been able to juggle everything together? Because has there been any time you have to leave one for another?
Yes.
You know?
Actually, sometimes I won't lie, the business that suffers the most is makeup.
Okay.
Because that is something that requires you to be aggressive. Makeup is not something that you can do passively. You have to be aggressive about it. And sometimes if I start feeling overwhelmed, I may not have time to be aggressive with the makeup as much as I would like. With makeup, if you don't post regularly on Instagram or your social media platforms, if you don't post regularly, people are going to forget that you exist. And people are going to slowly stop contacting you. That's something that I've noticed. But once you start posting regularly again and telling people I'm available, then they will start contacting you. So, but when I don't have time, or when there's like time constraints, sometimes I let the makeup just sit down for a bit, because my other businesses don't really require me to be so aggressive like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that's it. But basically, time is the most, I don't know. If you have something, if you like something, you'll be able to combine it. So it's not really been so difficult for me to combine things, because I really like doing them. So I just combine them.
Okay, can you tell the viewers what other business you have, like the 3 businesses you mentioned?
Okay, the makeup is one business.
Okay.
On Instagram, I have a business page called Beach Jewelry. We sell customized jewelry items, customized gift items generally. We sell, like, you can engrave a watch at the back, write a special message for your loved one at the back, engrave your wallets, necklaces, bracelets, just to add more meaning to your gift, because everybody gives gifts, but by the time you have a personalized message from you on that gift, you can write whatever you want. By the time you have that message on the gift, it makes the gift that much special. It makes it more beautiful and more intentional for the person that you're giving it to. It won't just be like if you went somewhere and just picked a gift from the shelf. The person will like actually put a thought into that. Then I also sell engraved phone cases in general, not just engraved ones, phone cases for your different smartphones.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can have your picture at the back of a phone case if you want. Yeah, so those are the businesses that I do.
So how has the journey been? Because I speak with some entrepreneurs, and they tell me that sometimes they just go to their room and cry. Okay, how has it been for you? Has it been rosy? Has it been going smoothly and all?
I won't lie, it has not been rosy. It has not been rosy, because with life, there are ups and downs all the time. Today, you're making serious money, and you're thinking, wow, I'm good at this, I'm really good at this. And then tomorrow, it'll just be like the whole world has forgotten that you exist. And you just go for a while, and you're not able to make any money. It happens like that. And then also, there are things within there are factors that you can't really influence sometimes. With my beach jewelry, I have to import most of these items.
Okay.
So sometimes the shipping and logistics is something that I can't really influence. And if I tell my clients that you would have your item by so and so dates, and for whatever reason it is not following the pattern, it makes me agitated. That's a challenge that I'm facing, because I now have to relay that to my clients who is already expecting it to be at this particular time. So that can be quite frustrating, honestly. Then even within Nigeria, distribution within Nigeria is another problem, because courier companies are not reliable. So that's another issue as well. With every business, there are definitely challenges, and sometimes you just feel like quitting, but you just remember the reason why you started. Money is never enough to start a business. Money is never enough to be the driving force. If money is only your driving force, you're going to quit pretty early. Because number one, before you even start making a name for yourself, you may not be making money. You may just be advertising yourself, and people don't really know you yet, so they're not trusting you with their money, so you may not be making money. But if you are only there in that business for the money, you're definitely going to quit early. Because like 10 people are not contacting you, you'll be down, and you'll just be like, oh, I'm tired, this is not for me, and then you quit it. But that's not, you have to persevere and push more, and then you get what you want at the end of the day.
So are you saying that there's more to entrepreneurship than making money?
Definitely. If you don't have a passion for it, I'm telling you that you're going to quit as easily and as quickly as you started. If you don't, because entrepreneurship also deals with customer service. Apart from delivering the goods, customer service is very important. For my makeup, for example, I may be charging, let me say, I may be charging 10,000 naira for an Owanbe guest. You may know someone who charges 5,000 naira. But the difference between me and that person is going to be the customer service at the end of the day. Not the delivery is important because I mean I have to look good at the end of the day, but the customer service is also more important. If you are charging so much money, you need to be able to make your client feel special. You can't be telling them, Madam, why you do? That's not how to do. Because if I'm spending my money, I need to feel like a princess. I need to feel like a queen. And if you're not making me feel like a queen, then I'm not going to come back to you. So that's something that you have to put in mind at the back of your mind. Your customer service delivery has to be top notch. You have to make your customers feel like they are the reason you are in business, because that's the truth actually. They're the reason you are in business. Without them, you would have no business. So you have to make them feel that special, feel extra special, because at the end of the day, if they don't feel good, you're not going to get any clients. And business is based on referrals. That's what most people don't know. You may spend a lot of money advertising yourself, but after the effect of that immediate advertisement is gone, if there's no referral to sustain the business, it's going to die. And the only way you get referral is by having great customer service. Because I may like what I bought from you, but if you didn't treat me well, I'm definitely not going to come back to you, and I'm definitely not going to tell anybody about you, even though I like what you did for me. But even if I don't really like what you did for me, I like it, but I don't really like it that much. But you treated me really nicely. You were nice, you were polite, you were a good person. I am more likely to come back to you, as long as the quality of what you gave me was not terrible. If the quality was maybe 7 over 10, I'm more likely to come back to you, because I'm like, well, I like the babe, she treats me nicely. I'm going to go back to her. I'm going to tell somebody else about her. But if you're giving me 10 over 10, and your attitude is not good, your customer service is not good, I'm definitely not going to go back to you.
That's so good. Has there been any scenario that you were doing somebody's makeup and they called you at the hospital to come
that
immediately?
Has happened before.
So how were you able to do that?
Before. Most times when I usually know that I'm going to go and have a job.
Okay.
So I plan around that. When I was doing my house job then, my time wasn't, if anybody knows the medical field, house job is like, it's like an internship phase for doctors. After you graduate from school, you do like an internship for 1 year. So you are literally like, I don't want to say houseboy, but that's what you are. You do all the dirty work, you do all the errands and everything. So your time is not really yours per se. You don't really have a lot of free time because you need to be on deck. That's why they call it house job. You're supposed to be there all the time, house. Like, that hospital is supposed to be your house, basically. So when I was doing my house job, I had a client, and I wasn't on call that day, but my consultant wanted us to have a ward round, and that was on a Saturday. And he asked me to come over. I just had to say that something came up that I'll be a bit late, and I just had to like, when I finished my client's makeup, I had to go, and when I got to the hospital, he was like, "What happened? Why were you not here?" I said, "I'm sorry, sir, something came up." He said, "What's that something?" "It's private, sir." Because if I tell them that it was makeup, like, "Who is this girl? You are not even a serious doctor." So I just had to say, "It's private, sir, it's private." After he looked at me, sized me from head to toe, I had this innocent face on my face, so in his mind he'd be like, "Okay, let me just leave this girl." And it's not like if I was slacking in other areas, so it was okay to let it go occasionally. But if it's like a habitual thing, then it wasn't a problem. Do you understand?
Yeah. So a lot of people believe that medical doctors make a lot of money.
That's not true. I'm sorry.
But when they look at you, medical doctor, wow, you must have money, because that's what they believe.
That's not
so even when you have a career, so should one still go into entrepreneurship? Is it necessary?
Okay, if you look at all the millionaires in the world, they don't have just one stream of income. Diversifying your income is very important if you want to be rich. If you want to leave some wealth behind for your family. Do you understand? Minus this is going past your immediate self, that's being rich for yourself alone. If you want to have money down for your family, you have to diversify your income. So, number one, doctors are rich, to be honest, if I'm being honest. Doctors are rich, but not in Nigeria. Doctors in Nigeria are not rich. doctors in Nigeria are okay. They're comfortable. They can afford to eat their food. They can afford to have rent, to stay in their house. But they can't afford some certain things. Like a doctor can not afford to be buying iPhone 10X. No, they can't afford that, because how much is their salary? Do you know how many months of salary they would have to save to be able to buy that? So that's not rich. If you are working in private sector as a doctor in Nigeria, you are going to be broke, because the only people who pay doctors well, who can afford to pay doctors, is federal government and state governments. They are the only ones who can afford to pay doctors relatively good. But if you're working with a private hospital, you're going to be paid very bad. Many doctors in Ibadan, let me use Ibadan as a standard, many doctors in Ibadan who are working with private hospitals earn less than 150,000 naira a month. And this is based on the fact that, you know how doctor schedules are. You work from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and you still do calls. And calls mean that, let's say you have like 3 calls in a week, minus weekend. Sometimes the hospital requires you to work for 48 hours, that you come to work on Saturday and you don't leave till, I'm not saying 48 hours, more than that, you come to work on Saturday and you don't leave till Monday 6 p.m. Do you understand? That's if you're not on call. But if you're on call, you continue from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. the next day. So if you consider that amount of effort that you're putting in, and you're making less than 150k in a month, meanwhile somebody somewhere in an office is just sitting down and he has time to go home and spend time with his family, and you're depriving yourself of family time, and you're still making less than 150k, I don't think that's good enough. So if somebody's making less than 150k, would you say the person is rich? I doubt you would qualify a person as a rich person.
Okay, so are you a trainer? Like, do you train people?
Yeah, I train people with how to do makeup.
Okay, do you have any training coming up?
Yeah, well, I don't organize training in groups.
Okay.
It's just based individual, because I really like people to know what they are doing at the end of the day. I discovered that makeup is not that easy. People think it's easy. It's not just powder. It's not just foundation. It's not that easy. It's really not. So if somebody has a one-on-one encounter with you, they're able to better understand, as opposed to teaching in groups. I don't know if that makes any sense. Because makeup is an art. You're basically drawing and painting somebody's face. If the person is able to understudy you intensely, they are more likely to pick it up, as opposed to understudying in a class where there are a lot of people who are also trying to learn the same thing. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so what advice do you have for upcoming entrepreneurs that are trying to come up with something that they will do aside their major job, like you?
Find something that you like. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. That's one thing that everybody must know. Not everybody is going to be an entrepreneur. It's not for everybody. But if you think it's for you, then do something that you like. If you like cooking, do something that you like. There's somebody somewhere who wants whatever you have to offer. Think within yourself, what can I offer? Somebody wants it. It's either they don't know how to do it, or they don't have the time to do it, or they just don't want to do it. So if you think, I can cook well, then you can monetize your cooking. Somebody somewhere is going to pay for your cooking, because it's either they don't want to cook, they don't know how to cook, or they don't have the time for it. If you think I can polish shoes well, somebody is going to pay for it. So just think of what you can do and make sure it's something that you like, so that it can be sustainable for you on the long run.
Alright guys, we heard from Dr. Oni. She said look for something you like and go into it, do it. Thank you so much for coming to Tribune Online TV. We hope that when we call you again, we come.
Thank you very much
so much
for having me.
Alright guys, we've come to the end of today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Tribune Online TV for more updates. And until next time.